Hey everyone, this is C Crypto Daily Buzz. Today is April 21st, 2026, and we're looking at a U.S. state debating whether to hold Bitcoin as a treasury asset, a $12 trillion brokerage preparing to let clients trade BTC and ETH directly, and Strategy ramping up its already massive Bitcoin stash. This channel summarizes the most important crypto news for investors in Southeast Asia. Stay tuned for clear, fast insights you can use. Issue 1. Tennessee's Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act. Tennessee's Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act, SB 2639, is set for a hearing today in the State Senate Finance, Ways and Means Committee, the panel that effectively decides whether the bill can move to a full vote. The proposal would allow the state treasurer to allocate up to 10% of certain public funds into Bitcoin only, explicitly excluding other digital assets, with annual purchases capped at 5% of each eligible fund until that ceiling is reached. It also lays out strict custody rules, including cold storage requirements and biennial public reports with cryptographic proof of holdings, framing BTC as a hedge against inflation that erodes the real value of cash-heavy government reserves. For investors in Southeast Asia, this bill matters less for Tennessee itself and more as a signal. If even one U.S. state starts treating Bitcoin as a strategic reserve alongside bonds and cash, other states and sovereign entities in Asia could eventually explore similar treasury experiments. Next, Charles Schwab brings direct BTC and ETH trading to mainstream clients. Brokerage giant Charles Schwab has announced that it will roll out a new service called Schwab Crypto in the coming weeks, allowing its tens of millions of clients to buy and sell Bitcoin and Ether directly from their existing accounts. Clients will be able to trade BTC and ETH through Schwab's web, mobile, and Thinkorswim platforms, paying a 0.75% fee per transaction. Schwab plans to keep crypto assets in segregated accounts via a specialist custodian while integrating balances into its broader portfolio view, positioning itself to compete head-on with both Robinhood and Coinbase for spot trading, after already leading in holdings of spot crypto ETPs among its customer base. For investors in Southeast Asia, this is another sign that major traditional finance players are not backing away from crypto. Instead, they are moving from ETF-only exposure to direct spot trading, which can help normalize BTC and ETH for conservative wealth clients and potentially drive more institutional flows into the market over time. Finally, Strategy pushes holdings above 761,000 BTC. Strategy, the enterprise software company formerly known as MicroStrategy, disclosed in a recent SEC filing that it purchased 22,337 Bitcoin, purchased between March 9 and March 15 for about $1.57 billion at an average price of roughly $70,200 per coin. The acquisition brings Strategy's total holdings to about 761,068 BTC, worth tens of billions of dollars at current prices. Analysts note that this is one of the largest single purchase windows of 2026 so far, and that consistent buy-side demand reduces the amount of Bitcoin available on the open market, especially during dips, reinforcing the public company as BTC ETF narrative that Strategy has cultivated. For traders and long-term holders in Southeast Asia, including OFW investors, Strategy's continued accumulation is a reminder. Large corporates still treat BTC as a long-term treasury asset and are willing to buy aggressively in the 70K area, which can add a psychological floor to downside scenarios. One Tennessee's SB 2639 heads to a key Senate finance hearing, proposing that up to 10% of select state funds can be allocated to Bitcoin under strict custody rules. 2. Charles Schwab is launching Schwab Crypto to offer direct BTC and ETH trading to mainstream brokerage clients, putting $12 trillion plus in AUM closer to spot crypto. 3. Strategy has bought 22,337 BTC for about 1.57 B, lifting its holdings above 761,000 BTC and signaling ongoing corporate-level accumulation at current price levels. This video is for information and education only and is not financial advice. All investment decisions and risks are your own responsibility. If this video was helpful, please subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell. For chart analysis and trading insights, join our free Telegram channel, link in the description. See you in the next one.